for your statement. The next speaker is the representative of Azerbaijan Institute for Democracy and Human Rights. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Ambassador. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ahmad Shahidov. I represent Azerbaijan Institute for Democracy and Human Rights. Today's discussions are devoted to the most important topic, and I would like to give a brief information about freedom of assembly and freedom of religions in the South Caucasus. Today, there are no problems in the field of religious diversity and tolerance in Azerbaijan, and I can proudly say that Azerbaijan may be a clear example of tolerance even for European countries, because along the Muslims, Christians, Jews, and representatives of other religions operated independently in Azerbaijan. Recently, in his speech, the representative of the United States mentioned that some people belonging to the Muslim religion were arrested in Azerbaijan. I would like to remind my American colleague that I am also a Muslim, and 95% of the population in Azerbaijan is Muslim, and the people you mentioned are those who support religious radicalism in Azerbaijan and trying to commit terrorist acts in the country. And against the background of the war in the Middle East, there are neighboring countries that want to activate religious radicalism in Azerbaijan, in South Caucasus. You should understand Azerbaijan better, because it is exactly in the fight against religious radicalism and terrorism that Azerbaijan has cooperated closely with the United States for many years. Even when US forces were in Afghanistan, there was a strategic cooperation between Baku and Washington, but unfortunately today we see that some senators in Washington are calling for sanctions against Azerbaijan, and we see it as a double standard. In the last 30 years, the biggest problem faced by Azerbaijan in the field of religious belief was the destruction of mosques and churches in the occupied territories, and today the war is over and Azerbaijan liberated its territories and is restoring the mosques and churches in those areas. Muslims, Christians, Jews, and representatives of other religions living in Azerbaijan can live together in those areas. In response to my Armenian colleague, we also wish ethnic Armenians who was born in Karabakh before the war to return and live in their homes as a citizen of Azerbaijan. But at the same time, we want ethnic Azerbaijanis expelled from Armenia to return to their homes and live comfortably in Zengezur and other regions. There are Azerbaijanis sitting here who were expelled from Zengezur region in 1988. I want to remind that Zengezur is the territory of today's Armenia, called Syunik. If we talk about restoring historical justice and emphasize human rights, we should not forget the ethnic Azerbaijanis who were expelled from Armenia as well. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you for your statement. The next speaker is